see what the question is. If a number is entered as input, print the sum of odd digits and sum of even digits. Okay, बस इतना छोटा सा क्वेश्चन है. एग्जाम्पल भी यहाँ पे दे रखा है. I have entered 3247, then sum of odd digits is 10 and sum of even digits is 6. यहाँ पे नोट करने वाली बात ये है कि odd digits यहाँ पे they are not telling us to find the sum of the digits which are at odd places or at even places. We have to check whether a given digit in this number is even or odd, and accordingly we have to add. Okay, for example, over here we have 3 and 7. These two are odd numbers, so if you'll be adding 3 and 7 you'll be getting 10, and 2 and 4 are even numbers, so if you'll be adding them you'll be getting 6, and that is all what we have to do. Okay, that is all what we have to do. And this was the pad question. I don't know for whom, but this was a pad question. Okay, so this is my compiler. I'll be using code blocks. Okay, so let me start writing the code. First, obviously I have to write all these things, standard input output format and all. Okay, now see, let me create a main function, and since I'm using over here int, so I have to return 0 also, or you can use a void function also, no problem. Now see what I'll be doing. I'll be creating a variable, integer variable num. Okay, and over here I'll be writing printf enter the number. Okay, so that it would be easy for the user to know what I have to print. Now see, I'll be using scanf to take the input. Okay, and that too I'll be taking the input as an integer. That's I've written over here %d, and I'll be storing it in num. Now since I've got the number, what I have to do? Basically I have to go through all the digits. Okay, look over here. Once I have to check for this 3, then for 2, then for 4, then for 7, whether these are odd or even number, and accordingly I have to do my operations, right? So what would be the best thing? Using for loop or while loop. Okay, we can do with for loop also, we can do with while loop also, but okay, so here I'll be using do while loop. Here I'll be writing my operation, and in the while loop, in the while header I'll be writing my condition. Okay, so see over here, let me first create one more integer over here, int rem will be storing the reminder, and int quotient QUO, let me write it as QUO so that I can store the quotient over there. Now you'll be thinking why I'm doing this. Okay, so let me tell you. See, I'll be writing rem is equals to num %10. Okay, so what will happen? Suppose if the number is 1, 2, 3, if we'll be dividing it by 10, then what will be the remainder? If we'll be dividing it by 10, then the remainder will be 3. So that number 3 will be stored in this rem. Okay, so 3 will be stored in this rem. And similarly, suppose if I divide number by 10, then what will be the quotient? If I'm dividing 1, 2, 3 by 10, then what will be the quotient? The quotient will be 1 and 2. Sorry, quotient will be 12. Sorry, the quotient will be 12. So that is gonna be stored in this QUO. Okay. Now since I have my reminder, I have my quotient. So for what I have to check whether it's even or odd number, I have to check for this reminder. I have to check whether the reminder is even or odd, and accordingly I have to add it. For that, wait, let me create some more constants, some more variables. Odd count, int even count. Okay. Now see, I've got my reminder. Suppose 1, 2, 3 is the number. If I'm dividing it by 10, then my reminder will be 3. Now I have to check whether 3 is an odd number or an even number. So for that, what I have to write? I have to write if condition over here. If rem %2 is equals to 0. Okay, if it is equal to 0, then what does it mean? That what I have written over here is if reminder divided by 2 gives you 0 or not. Okay, as the reminder. In that case, we can clearly see that it is an even number. So if it's an even number, then what I have to do? I have to write even count plus equals to what? Plus equals to rem, because see what I have to do. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a number. So 4 is an even number and 2 is an even number. So I have to add these two numbers, right? Let me write this equal to 0. Equal to 0. Now see, even count plus reminder. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 is the number. So over here, what I'm doing, I'm adding 0 plus 4, and for the next loop I'll be adding 4 plus 2, so that will be totally becoming equal to 6. Okay, so that is what I'm happening over here. And then I have to write at the else condition. See, if the number is not even number, then obviously it will be an odd number, right? That's why in else what I have to write, I have to write odd count plus equals to rem. Okay, that's all. So up to here, this is my entire condition, okay, which I have to do, the entire operation. And yeah, one more thing. Now see, since I'll be writing a while loop over here, so what I'll be doing is, see, I'll be writing over here num is equals to num divided by 10. Now why I'm writing this? As I said, suppose 1 2 3 is my number. Okay, so I have checked for 3. Okay, I've checked for 3 whether it's an even and odd number, and accordingly I've done the operation. Now what I have to do is I have to consider now 1 and 2. 1 to from 1 to 3 3 the working part for 3 is done. I have to check for 1 and 2. So for that, what I have to do, I have to change this num variable. I have to change this num variable to num by 10. Okay, then on this number, see what is number, what is 1 2 3 divided by 10, it will be equal to 12. Okay, if we divide it by 10, the quotient which you'll be getting will be equal to 12. Okay, so for that I'm checking. For that, I'll be writing the condition over here. See, while num is greater than 0, it means until num is greater than 0, keep on doing this operation, keep on doing this operation. That's all. Okay, that is all I have meant to say over here. Now see one more thing. Now since after this entire loop is over, I have to print output, right? So let me write over here, the sum of odd digits is percentage d, and over here I'll be writing odd count. Similarly, printf backslash n, the sum of even digits is percentage d, comma even digits. सॉरी वो बीच में कॉल आ गया था मेरे को. हाँ कहाँ थे हम लोग? हाँ over here. So I think the code is complete now. Let me just run it. Let me enter the number first, 1 2 3 4. Now see, the sum of odd digit is equal to 4 and sum of even digit is equal to 6. Why? See, 1 is an odd number, 3 is an odd number. If we'll add them, we'll be getting 4. 2 is an even number and 4 is an even number. If we'll be adding them, we'll be getting 6. Let me do it again with some other input. 3 2 4 7. See, 3 plus 7 will give you 10. Okay, 3 and 7 are odd numbers and 2 and 4 are even numbers. So if we'll be adding them, we'll be getting 6. Okay, this is the program. Okay, this is the code for it. And what else? Nothing much. Okay, so yeah, one more thing. See, what I want to tell you is that we won't be providing you the solutions of your PAT while your PAT exam. Okay, for any of the PAT exam, anything, we won't be providing solutions for your PAT or assignment before the due dates or while your exams are going on. Only when your exams are over, then only we'll be helping you out, to write a proper code or to make you understand how code works for this question. Okay, so that's all. Okay, so thank you for this. Thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for more solutions.